in previous sections, we could not have a negative on the inside of a square root. So if we were given square root of -4 or square root of -7, we would just say that these are not real numbers, or you could say no solution. However, having a negative on the inside of the square root is necessary for many problems in engineering, as well as trigonometry and others. So in engineering, we have problems where it's a real-life situation and we need a real-life solution, but for the math to work, we need to use imaginary numbers. So it's kind of interesting. So mathematicians made imaginary numbers so that we could deal with these problems. So they called it I, and I is equal to the square root of -1. And then also if you square both sides, I squared is equal to just -1. So our questions ask us to express each number in terms of I and simplify if possible. So we could break down square root of -100 into square root of -1 times square root of 100, which would be, well, the square root of -1, I'm going to call that I, and the square root of 100 would be 10. So this would be 10I. So you don't need to really show this breakdown every single time. You can really just put an I if you see the negative on the inside of the square root. So square root of -49, if it were just a 49 it would be 7, but because there's a negative it's going to be I. Square root of -64, if it were just a 64 it would be 8, but because it's a -64 it's 8I. And then square root of -16 is 4I.